Bem-vindos para Saint Kotar! Esse jogo já tá se tornando meu favorito. Olha o zumbi aqui, ó. Eita ferro, lado de dentro, vamos ver. Pera, eu não sei se assim que eu me aproximar a galera vai pegar mal, né? Vamos ver? Vamos ver? Nossa senhora.
A dozen people are just standing there looking at each other in complete silence.
Eita ferro. Tão brisada. Peraí, calma, deixa eu observar as coisas aqui. Acho que se eu entrar aqui eles não vão pegar tão mal assim.
Szkoła Sveti Kotar. Basically the same word as the Polish one. Szkoła.
Homem. Parece um homem? Eles estão... Ah, eles são cegos, né?
The color of his skin is a mix of death-like pallor and dark blue bruises. Must be agonizing.
Mulher mais velha. Aqui eu entro, aqui eu observo.
I'm not sure if that's a woman or a man, or if they're dead or alive. They look petrified, as if they're made of stone.
Ok, aqui eu falo com alguém, jovem homem, mulher. Vamos conversar primeiro com essa mulher aqui.
Madam, can you hear me?
Ixi. Nossa senhora.
Are you one of the children of Moisa? Where can I find Moisa, the prophet?
Nossa. Tá difícil.
What happened to you? Excuse me.
Tá, aqui eu entro, não vou entrar ainda. Deixa eu falar aqui.
She can't talk.
Ah, tá falando com... Nossa senhora, olha.
What happened to you?
I have no God. I will be saved both in this life and the ever after.
You think you will be safe without God?
Without God, I live without fear for my life and the hereafter. I wonder when I will hear the prophet preach again. I want to pray with him.
A brainwashed psychopath. Why can't she talk?
She's already a child, my future sister. She is safe now, with no tongue and no eyes.
Então será que aquela mulher lá da casinha também é uma filha do... né? Uma filha do... não sei o que ela...
I would like to speak to your prophet.
No, he speaks only if you're chosen. You cannot come here and demand to speak to him.
Can you ask if I can talk to him?
I'm not a child yet.
Can she ask?
Beware. You're making us all angry.
E você acha que eu tenho medo de um cego, é? Eu posso mentir? Vamos lá.
Have you been to the cemetery lately? I think I saw you there.
I'm not allowed to go anywhere. I have to become a fully initiated child first. Tomorrow, I become a child.
Is it possible that she was at the cemetery?
We don't go to the cemetery. We have no faith anymore.
You have faith in a false prophet.
Watch your mouth. Say nothing against our Savior. Look around you. See how much suffering and death there is. What is your God doing to prevent it? God is useless. Faith is futile. The mountain's malignancy is here. The king is coming.
Stop fooling me around. I know Moisa and his followers stole a body.
You have eyes, but you can't see.
Uh-oh.
God has made you blind. You are enslaved by your own self.
My children are not murderers.
My prophet?
Our
Eita.
guest is allowed to see.
As you wish, my prophet.
Eles iam me atacar? Eita, ferro. Eu posso entrar aqui? Posso entrar aqui. Pera, o que tá escrito aqui? Parece que veio daqui, né?
Shkolas, basically the same.
Acho que
I can't do that. It would be too dangerous. Any time now, the whole building could collapse.
E aqui? Não é menos perigoso? Eita ferro! Ah, eu lembro desse cara, eu vi ele na demo. Mas eu não tive muitos detalhes sobre ele.
Traces of chalk, letters, numbers, and even what looks to be formulas are still visible in places. Never seen a lamp with such a long hook as this one.
I'm not a miner anymore, but I still need that lamp.
Opa, tem até um churrasquinho aqui.
Grilled rats.
Delícia.
I'm honored to be standing here at the feet of the prophet of Kotar.
You have to forgive my children. Some lose their temper too easily. You're welcome to stay here. Please, make yourself at home. Have one of my skewers.
Opa!
I'm not hungry.
I must insist. Nothing good is achieved on an empty stomach.
Pior que o churrasquinho grego da Praça da Sé não pode ser.
I'm taking only one for the sake of this conversation.
Ok, peguei. Opa, deixa eu ver.
A grilled rat.
Você não vai comer? Ah, tá. Vai guardar pra depois.
You didn't eat.
I'm not hungry.
You already said that. It is not only disrespectful towards your host, but it makes your thinking impaired too. If not now, I trust you'll appreciate it later when hunger strikes you. So, what do you want, little priest?
Padrinho. É, que o jeito pequeno padre, né?
Why are you calling me little priest? I'm a monk.
You are now, but the future holds many secrets.
What is that supposed to mean?
Patience.
You call yourself a prophet?
My children call me. I merely tell them what I know and guide them.
You tell them lies in a very persuasive way. What kind of monster gets people to gouge their eyes out? Oh, and I forgot. Their tongues as well.
It's for their own good.
To live disfigured by their own hand?
If they don't see, they cannot perceive the eye.
Ah,
If they don't talk, they cannot lure the demons to themselves. My children live without fear and are protected from the horror that is coming.
o olho.
The all-seeing eye of the moon demon, Kasak, the king of Achrizath.
This one?
Little priest, keep that drawing in your pocket. Do not show it to me ever again.
What horror are you talking about? How could it get any worse than this? In this place there is nothing but horror.
This town hangs loosely on the brim of a dark and endless abyss. The prophecy of Kasak foretells the arrival of the king of Saborens on earth. The day draws near, my little priest. The king is already here, moving through the woods, hiding in the ground, growing stronger in the shadows. Once he reveals himself with a book, the demons will run to his aid, and this town will fall into eternal darkness. Everyone will become slaves in the kingdom of Achrizath. Everyone except for my children.
Why don't you take out your own eyes and tongue then?
It's too late for me. I've already seen and felt the horrors. I cannot be saved any longer, but I can save others. I'm my children's eyes and voice now. Their guiding light, and I will protect them from what is coming.
Só um minutinho, gente. Eu tô ouvindo. Ai, voltei.
The prophecy of Kasag foretells... How? Where was this prophecy written? It's nothing but babble.
The proof exists. The book is not a lie.
Kasag was summoned and asked to dictate the prophecy?
Careful, little priest. You must get a hold of your fear. Do not let it ridicule reality just to make you feel better. The book of Sekfra disappeared centuries ago. But it's not a lie. All we can hope is that it was destroyed. For that would be the only way to a safer existence.
Your followers were seen stealing a body from the cemetery.
You already said that. I'm curious. What body we're talking about?
Fran Merzel's.
I don't know where that body is.
Oh, but you do. Gregor saw your people running away from the graveyard with it.
So it was him who gave you the task. That explains a lot. If a man serves your god, does that make him a good man, no matter what he does?
What's your point?
Just answer my question.
I'm not here to start arguments with a man like you. I need that body.
Gregor has something you want. I understand now. It's not a matter of helping him just because he asked.
I help him, he helps me.
Sure.
Answer my question. Where is the body?
What body?
The one stolen from the cemetery today.
Take off the cover of the barrel
Ixi.
and look inside.
Why? What am I going to find in there?
The body you are looking for. Go ahead, little priest. Don't be scared.
He said the truth.
I always tell the truth, and nothing but the truth. Beware of the man who tasked you with this matter. He is not to be trusted.
Why?
He's a drug fiend. And that body is not the body you're looking for.
What?
It is the body my children obtained. But it is not the one you want.
How can you... You're lying now. I suspected this was going too well.
I knew that black-hearted man. He was my boss. I assure you, that is not him in the barrel.
This body is heavily decomposed. How can you be so sure?
He had the jaw enforced with a golden plate, and teeth infused with pure gold. That is not him. This head has no value to me.
So you stole the wrong body?
You think my children made a mistake? My guidance is flawless. They never make mistakes.
They are blind.
Blind in this reality, my little priest. Not blind in the other one. Take it or listen to what I have to say. The choice is yours.
What would you possibly have to say?
This is not the first time a body has disappeared from the cemetery. But it is the first time he wants one back. Something is going on, and I can smell foul play and fear coming from behind the walls.
What are you implying?
Gregor knows this is not Fran. Make him talk. Threaten him with a denouncement for sacrilege. If I'm right, and of course I am, I want you to make him tell you where Fran's body lies. You find Fran's hat, and you bring it to me.
It makes me sick to even think about taking someone's head.
Have me as an ally, not a foe. Do what is right.
You are setting me up here. If I do that, I could be the one denounced for sacrilege.
I just want the hat. You have my word. I don't care for the Catholic community and their pathetic laws.
How can I trust this man? How can I trust anybody? I don't know what to do. Should I take the body?
Ok. Eu posso simplesmente pegar esse corpo e levar. Porque assim, eu quero conversar mais com esse cara. Aliás, a primeiríssima pergunta justamente é que leva a essa decisão. Deveria. Não, eu vou conversar com o Gregor.
No. I think I'll have a talk with Gregor instead.
You made the right choice, little priest.
Ele falou, você fez a escolha certa, padrinho. Tem alguma coisa pra ver? Não. Ok. Deixa eu dar uma salvada. Então vamos continuar conversando aqui. Não se ofenda, mas você foi uma tentativa de ritual que falhou.
Don't take this as an insult, but I have to ask. Are you a failed ritual attempt, perhaps?
You think they got me?
The facial injuries, your legs. I don't know. I'm simply asking.
No. I was never caught, and I never will be. What you see here is what happens when God and his followers look the other way.
What do you mean?
Don't worry. Keep being what you are, and you'll find out soon enough. People learn only when they lose something of their own.
Rudolf Moisek?
Let me guess. It was Henry who told you about me.
Evelina.
And so she cried, sad not knowing my fate. She told you about me, and now you're here to bring me back to the right path.
Not in so many words, but she did talk about you for a bit.
You can tell her you didn't find me. We live divided by two walls, and she never sees me. God must be blind.
She thinks you can still change.
But I did already. I did. I am now free and can see.
Why did you renounce God?
You know what this town is. A town of liars and hypocrites. As long as I served them well, as long as I listened to their orders, and as long as I smiled to their stupid jokes, I was their man. I was an exemplary Catholic. When I needed their help, where were they? When I needed a job, did they give me one? When I cried for rescue from the mine, did they get me out? The answer is no. No to all. And no more kowtowing at their feet. I'd rather crawl all my life than be a blind slave to them and their so-called God.
You've got it all wrong. Or you want to have it this way because you have remorse.
History repeats itself. These people abandoned even Kotar when he needed them the most. When I needed them, they did the same to me. Then God laughed at my misfortune and made me this way. Do yourself a favor and run away from here. from this community of sheep, from God. They will abandon you, one way or another.
What can you tell me about Yakov Prenger?
Want to know my opinion?
Just what happened to him? You seem to be a man of many sources, so...
He was eaten by the Saborans. His eyes were taken as toys for the children, and his tongue for a souvenir. That is what I heard.
This is a serious matter. The man was a priest of this town.
And I'm the prophet of this town now. Listen to me when I tell you he was useless. Merely a weak-willed opportunist. Even before I opened my eyes and left God behind, I knew that man was a no good. Who knows what really happened to him? But I can assure you, nobody cares.
Take a look at this, Prophet.
Ué, vai mostrar de novo?
Move that eye away from me!
Why? It's just a drawing.
It is not!
What about the Latin text? Can you make it out?
No. Now put it away before I call my children.
Prophet?
Deixa eu dar mais uma olhadinha no barril.
Should I take the body?
Ah, eu ainda posso voltar e levar.
No.
You made the...
Ah, entendi. Entendi. Deixa eu dar uma salvadinha aqui. E agora? Levar a cabeça contra a cabeça. Quer uma mandíbula reforçada, chapa de ouro. O coveiro. Devolva o corpo. Ele diz que um grupo de aleijados. Evenina está arrasada. Um homem chamado Bababababá. Um epitáfio. Então, como eu disse, eu tava tentando seguir esse gameplay ajudando esses caras da igreja, que eu tô fazendo basicamente tudo que eles querem. Eu acho que eu vou fazer o que eles querem, vai.
Should I take...
Eu acho que eu vou fazer o que eles querem, vai. Depois, no outro gameplay, eu faço outra coisa.
Very few people choose to ignore my words. Remember me, little priest.
Tá bom.
Gregor? Are you in there? Silence is unbearable. It's how it's supposed to be here, but it's too silent. Gregor, open the door. I have the body.
Oh. Ai, meu Deus.
Intend to bless that body too, Benedek?
Detective.
You seem surprised. Didn't you notice me in the alley?
You were following me?
I wish I didn't have to.
Fudeu.
I have to take you in.
What? Why? This body. It was Moise and his cripples who stole it from the mausoleum. I just returned it.
Gregor has a different version of the facts.
Ih, me fudi.
You've committed a grave sin. A sin of sacrilege. For that, you must answer to God and the people of this town.
Gregor is setting me up. I was just...
Quiet! You lied to Maz in the station before. You're lying to me now. What kind of a godly man are you? You should be ashamed of yourself. Follow me.
Putz. Bom, pelo menos abri todos os finais do jogo. Quer dizer, mais um final ruim. Tá certo. Ok. Tudo bem, carregar jogo. Carregar. Pera, mas eu vou ver. E se eu simplesmente deixar o corpo lá? Vamos lá, vamos testar.
Should I take...
Very few.
Tá. Vamos lá. Vai, bate.
Gregor, are you in? Silent.
Agora eu vou simplesmente... Isso me dá um mau pressentimento. Vou só
I
devolver.
have a bad feeling about this. That prophet got into my head. I'll return the body and then come back here to talk to Gregor.
Nossa, olha o barulhão. Corda. E o saco. Ah, tá. Eu devolvi o corpo e... Ah, agora... Ok. Deixa eu ver. O que aconteceu com a mãe? Peço arquivo. Confronte de Dimostov. Cadê? Ué, cadê? Fale com o padre, um jeito de sair, intelecto pertence, bababá. Ué, cadê o negócio do cadáver? Ué, mas aqui, ó. Eu já devolvi.
Merzel. Gregor, are you in? I know the truth about the body, Gregor. That is not Fran.
Shut up!
Ah!
Over here, let's talk.
Ah! Ah!
So what were you saying back there?
Is everything all right? The color has vanished from your cheeks.
Cadê você?
You mentioned Fran.
Gregor, I'm the only person in this town that can help you get away with this. I want answers, and I need them now. Otherwise, you'll be facing a denouncement for sacrilege. And you know what that means.
Yes, of course. Everything you need.
Cadê ele? Ele tá...
You won't tell me to shut up anymore?
I'm sinful like all human beings, and I ask for absolution.
Ask for forgiveness elsewhere. I'm only here for answers. Where can I find that Latin inscription? Latin nonsense, as you call it.
It's engraved on the Griswold's family mausoleum.
Which one is theirs?
It's not here. You'll have to find it yourself.
Where?
Bezimeni is the name. It's the old medieval graveyard in the forest at the Church of Mary.
The place where they found the mayor's body. What about the eye drawing from the note? Is it from the Griswolds as well?
Their mausoleum holds just the inscription. But let me see the note again. No, I don't know. It could be the all-seeing eye of God. I'm sorry.
What does Bezimeni mean?
Those who have sinned severely, have become heretics, or acted in any way against God were buried at Bezimeni. The local church wanted them to be forgotten, and so they decided to inscribe their deeds instead of their names. Bezimeni means without a name. History remembers sins, not names.
Nameless graves. What do you know about the Griswolds?
Konrad was a single father who was convicted of murder and cannibalism of dozens of children over a span of several years. He had a daughter, Bella, with whom he allegedly had sexual intercourse. They were both flayed alive, tortured, and ultimately beheaded. Coming from a wealthy family, their relatives managed to get the approval of the church for special treatment, and so they got a mausoleum.
You are absolutely sure the inscription is from the Griswolds' place?
I saw it only there.
You said you never leave home.
I haven't for quite some time, but there was a time when I did.
I don't recall seeing a mausoleum at that graveyard.
Like I said, it was a long time ago, but I'm positive it was a mausoleum.
I don't know, Gregor. There's something you're not telling me.
Tá bancando esperto agora? Oh, ei! Oh, o que é aquilo? O que é aquilo?
Benedict.
Tem sangue na...
Benedict, what's happening?
Oh. Que tem sangue?
What is she doing here? On the wall. It's the tree from the forest. It's pretty. Soothing. I think there's a corpse hidden inside that carpet. I can feel its odor.
Nossa, mas... acho que não, tá muito magrinho pra ter um corpo aqui.
The subordinate symbol is looking right at me. It's the man.
Eita ferro.
A human-sized crow with no eyes. A human-sized crow has feathers, not hair. Beautiful feathers.
Ixi, o cara aqui tá pirando.
A human-sized crow with...
Tá pirando. Mais alguma coisa aqui? Deixa eu ver aqui o cerebrinho dele. Não tenho nenhuma tarefa no momento. Ok. Olha.
Am I still dreaming? Benedict is not here.
Nossa.
This face is strange. Different from the rest here. It looks like it's craving for something. Water? Blood? Stairs inside the fireplace?
Que?
I'm going to descend.
Que isso?
Maybe Benedict did the same.
Meu Deus do céu! Ai, meu Cristo.
The house is decomposing. Thousands of souls mashed into a soft, pulpy mass. It's so soothing.
Meu Deus do céu. Vai, não é pra andar, eu quero... Oh, caceta, tá bom. Tá, né? Vamos entrar aqui. Parece que é o único jeito. Ah.
How do you know the inscription? You said it yourself. You saw the mausoleum with your own eyes. The inscription is too specific. I knew immediately you must have seen it.
God forgive me. I've panicked after seeing it because I recognized the epitaph. I thought you were here because you found Fran's body.
What? Fran's body is in that same tomb?
Inside Griswold's mausoleum, yes.
This can't be true. But I wouldn't say he's lying. He isn't. Fran's son was ritually murdered and hung in the same graveyard where his father's body lays. Is that right?
Where did you get that note?
It doesn't concern you.
Well, one thing is sure. That family is cursed.
Why hide it there?
I didn't hide it. I traded the body for medicine. For years I've been suffering agonizing bone pain.
Traded with whom?
The Lung brothers. They moved into the mausoleum and made it their own place. Something like that. It's where they keep all their stuff.
How can I find these brothers?
I don't know. They would always come to visit me. I haven't seen them in a while.
It's like my sister had something against... She murders Ranko and tries to find his father's body. Why? For dark and vile purposes. Witchcraft. Devil worship. Why cursed?
Sorry?
You said the Merzels are a cursed family. Why? Because of Nerman?
Why else? That is not a man. It's It must be a mortal offspring of the moon demon. First, he kills his own father in their house, and then he kills and degrades his own brother by hanging him from the belfry. Without mentioning all the other victims we don't know of, and an unknown number of stolen corpses. Who's next? What does he want? Nobody knows where he is. Nobody dares to know where Nermin is.
Ai, meu saco. Quer dizer, eu não tenho
The
saco
house
mais.
is decomposing, and there's nothing we can do to save it. The house is...
Minha nossa. Peraí, calma. O que é isso? Ornamentos.
Lots of branches, some
Ixi, olha quem
twigs,
tá ali.
traces of mud, and ripped up pieces of a yellow cloth. A very strange yellow cloth. Thousands of dissolving, decomposing bodies.
Cara, eu lembro de ter visto alguma coisa assim na demo no primeiro. No primeiro logo no comecinho da primeira demo, não lembro agora.
Flesh always finds its way out. The house is decomposed.
Lucia.
Are you all right?
He's here.
Who's here?
Are you one of them?
Who?
Are you here to sacrifice me to the moon god?
Calm down. Nobody's going to hurt you. What is this place?
A catacomb. A Saboran catacomb under my beautiful home.
It looks ancient.
I wonder how many souls have been enslaved here. We must get out of here. Quickly and quietly. And seal the well. Yes, seal the well hole. Destroy everything.
How did you end up here?
Too loud, too loud! Quiet! You'll get his attention. I found the passage in the fireplace by pure luck.
Have you seen my brother in here?
He's your brother? Am I your cousin then?
What? I asked if you saw my brother. Benedict?
I think I did. I'm not sure. Did you crawl out of one of these holes?
The ones on the ground?
In the wall, there must be dozens, if not hundreds of holes in the wall deeper down in the darkness. I saw people in them, cadavers, no one alive. Except you!
Por que você tá gritando?
Except you! You are him!
Ai, meu
You are
Deus.
here to sacrifice me!
Que isso? Calma.
Don't be afraid. I'm not.
That's him! I can see a
Puta
dark
que
figure.
pariu.
What?
He's coming! He's here!
Puta que pariu. Meu Deus do céu.
Ah, yes. I think I know who the next victim is. The last one of his kin still breathing. Who else? Lucia.
Lucia is a Merzel?
Of course.
The woman I talked to in the house? Where does she live?
Her uncle gave her permission to stay in his house. Nobody wanted to live there after what happened to Fran. I suppose she thought it better than living in the sewers, but then again, she's not the smartest of people.
Ixi.
Where's the house where Nermin killed his father?
It's the same house he used to live in, at the edge of the forest on Gagulta Hill. I still wonder, did the forest curse the house, which then cursed the family that gave life to such an evil thing like Nermin? Or was it the other way around?
I've spent the night there. We had terrible nightmares. We can't remember what happened last night. Oh my god. Victoria threw us into a dungeon of horrors. I was right.
Como se você tivesse dúvida que estava certo nessa loucura sua.
Hey, where are you going? Will you denounce me?
Your fate is in God's hands now, not mine.
Caralho. Calma aí, salvando. Peraí.
I thought the damn thing was going to attack me again.
Calma. Essa porta aqui que eu não consegui abrir, tô tão frustrada.
It's locked.
Droga.
I may be too late. The doorknob is all bloody.
Oh. Ixi. Chão.
Drops of blood leading towards the stairs.
Peraí, calma. Deixa eu antes dar uma olhada aqui na lareira.
It's empty. Except for the massive drops of blood.
Nossa, agora que eu vi, ó a maçaneta ali. Ai, meu Deus do céu. Ué.
For some reason, someone did. I can see the accursed.
Ué.
We left it on the table. This bookshelf was full.
Meu Deus, esse jogo tá muito louco.
Drops of blood.
Tá, eu subi e não tem nada ali em cima. Ah, deixa eu ver esse rosto aqui.
More blood here.
Ah,
Why touch this particular sculpture in this particular part of the face? So if I do the same... Aha! A secret passage inside the fireplace that leads somewhere underground. This house is full of horrific surprises.
Agora fez sentido. Quer dizer, no meio desse caos.
Benedict?
Nikolai? For God's sake, what are you doing down there?
Come, quickly. We don't have much time.
Peraí,
I know where Victoria is.
What?
We must go to Udav Mountain at once. Nerman has taken her there.
cara, para de falar com essa voz chorosa que tá me dando os nervos, Nikolai.
How do you know this?
I thought you were him. I thought he came back.
Who?
He got scared by hissing voices and ran off, closing the passage behind him.
How did you end up in this place?
I was looking for you.
Below the house? How did you find the passage?
I heard your voice. The hatch was already open for me.
Ixi.
Are you all right? You need more rest.
Meu Deus do céu, qual o problema
Not
desse cara?
here, and not now. We must go to the mountain.
That voice you heard, was it Nerman's?
No, it was you. Or was it that poor woman, the owner of the house?
Eu tô tentando
Lucia?
entender.
Where is she now?
I can't go into that catacomb anymore. I can't. You go and find her. See what happened. Nerman is not here anymore. The hissing voices, but do it quickly. Do not wait.
All right, I'm going. You stay here and try to calm down.
Ué? Você vai ficar... Nossa!
He was looking for a mask. It is yellow. After he left, I found it under Lucia's body. He left it because he got scared.
I fear it's already too late. For all of us.
Minha nossa. Peraí, isso aqui é o... Isso aqui eu vou... Não. Calma.
Nikolai?
Cossack. Moon.
Why are you...
Ai, meu Deus do céu. Porque assim, desde o começo, desde que eu controlei o personagem pela primeira vez, ele parecia vendo umas coisas meio doidas, uma coisa de sangue, assim, desde o começo. Ah, droga! Droga, por que eu... Oh.
God, a mutilated corpse lies within. It's a bloodbath. The poor lady was mutilated, mangled, and then decapitated. It would take enormous strength and madness to do something like this. Horrible. I hope she found peace. There's a fixed look of terror on her face. But the eyes... The eyes are telling me she welcomed death. It's like she found relief and peace in that very last second.
As masks.
Like Mostov said, the yellow masks are nothing but the skinned faces of people cruelly tortured and sacrificed by the Saborans. There must be dozens of them on these two pillars. Every detail in this subterranean place glorifies agony and death. Even something common and plain like branches and cloth strike fear into the hearts of the viewer. I refuse to think what this is used for. Something was removed from the top not long ago. I can still see its trace on the dusty surface.
Será que se eu tivesse tocado no pedestal antes, alguma coisa diferente ia acontecer?
Like Mostov said, the yellow map, there must be...
Tá.
Where is he?
Ah!
Nikolai! Where did you go? I should check upstairs.
Assim, esse personagem Nikolai, eu tinha gostado dele na demo, porque ele parecia meio cinicão, meio cínico, meio assim. Mas aqui ele tá muito fragilzinho, muito... cheio de coisa.
You were supposed to wait downstairs. Instead, you just...
What's left of that poor woman?
It's horrible. She was a Merzel. Did you know that?
I suspected so. The same fate awaits Victoria if we don't act fast. We must go to the mountain.
Wait a minute. He seems strangely better now that he's back on the ground level. Why the mountain? How did you come to that conclusion?
Nairman. That monster. He came out of nowhere, attacked Lucia, and you saw the outcome.
Where were you at the time?
I managed to hide inside a hole in the floor. Maybe he didn't notice me. But the more I think about it, the more I was talking to Lucia. And then... No, it's impossible. He must have seen me, Benedict. No way he didn't.
You think he let you live? It doesn't make sense for a monster like him.
Before mangling that poor woman, he mentioned Victoria and the tortures on the mountain, and I think the same book Hatur was looking for. What was the name?
Sekvra. He doesn't know that we don't have that book. You could have had it and he didn't bother to search you. Instead, he lets you live? Nikolai, he's luring us both there. Otherwise, you would already be dead.
Why would he want us?
I don't know. I found something that could help us.
What?
A page from Victoria's scratchpad. Mostov gave it to me.
You still trust that man? After what he did?
I don't trust him, but it's her handwriting. The text corresponds to an epitaph from the graveyard at the Church of Mary.
Place where the mayor's body was found?
Exactly, but there's more. I also learned that Fran Merzel's body, the father of the mayor, is in that mausoleum.
What? Why would she have notes about that?
I have many theories, but no conclusions yet. You don't want to hear what I think about her motives, though.
No, I definitely don't.
We should follow the clue from Victoria's scratchpad.
Sure. And while we follow clues and walk around the town, Nairman will... he will disfigure my...
This mausoleum is the best clue we have. Where would you go looking on that mountain anyway? It's massive, dangerous, and forbidden. We would never find someone to tell us where to look, let alone do it by ourselves.
We must find that monster and kill it. Before he kills my dear wife and baby. Before he kills us all.
Vai ter outra decisão? Peraí.
Maybe she's somewhere near the old church, hiding in the forest. Why not? They found her coat nearby. What if she's held captive in that same mausoleum? And if she's not, we might find new clues to lead us to the truth. Whatever the case, the mausoleum is a better path to follow than going into the unknown of the mountain.
Well, perhaps you're right. I almost had us killed with my idea of the lodge. Now it's your turn.
We should leave this ghastly house behind us forever. Nermin lived and killed his father here.
It doesn't surprise me. After his visit, it even makes perfect sense. Don't you think we're forgetting something before leaving for good?
I'm not sure what you mean.
With Lucia dead, someone might come looking for her. And if they descend below...
Oh my god. You're right. After being suspects in the mayor's murder, this could seal our fate. I'll close the hatch and pray nobody finds out about this.
E esse sangue aqui? Esse sangue é de quem? É seu? É de quem?
Drops of blood.
It's done. Lead the way. Time is not on our side.
A long walk awaits us. I just hope the police aren't there anymore.
No police officers?
Looks like they left.
Ah, já era a hora, hein?
I don't see any mausoleums. Just graves entrapped within heavy iron cages.
Calma aí, deixa eu ver as coisas aqui.
If I have to wander around this forest, I choose trails. Going this way would take me God knows where, if anywhere at all.
Calma. Calma, só tô...
It's a reminder of what happens when faith is abandoned. This place is not God's house anymore. It's just a shell.
Tá. Eu posso vir pra cá ou posso vir pra cá?
If I have to wander around...
Ah, tá, ok.
I see no mausoleums here.
I pray for Gregor, I really do. There will be consequences if he lied. Let's go take a closer look at the graveyard.
Seems like the police just left things as they found them. Are those demon traps in the shadow of the church?
I saw them in the woods outside the watermill as well.
Ah, desse lado. Oh, não fica andando sozinho aí.
Pages from the Bible.
Calma aí, fio. O que foi?
What's wrong?
This can't be true. This is impossible.
Your Bible? I've never seen it before.
Hã?
Oh my god. No, no, no.
What happened? Talk to me.
No, God, no.
Oh, meu Deus do céu, o que foi?
What is that? Inside the Bible.
She did this. God, she did this. She destroyed it. Father, how could she?
Son, do you remember your aunt?
Only her ghastly white face in the coffin.
My dear sister. She was such a beautiful woman. A perfect creation of God.
She didn't love God.
Not in the right way.
But, Father, I don't understand. What is the right way to love God?
Esse que tá na cama é o pai dele?
The only way to love him is to be alone with him. God is everything, and nothing else should matter to us. When we achieve that, our faith is true, and we are fulfilled and protected from the evil.
Ah, não é, porque olha só.
Why have we buried Uncle this morning?
His soul could not endure the agony of his body no longer.
But why? How is that possible? He wasn't like your sister. He was a devoted man.
I know, son. Sometimes God is not enough. I could die soon, too.
You won't die. It's the sadness that's making you think that way now. Uncle is now in a better place, where shadows and witches don't exist. Don't be sad.
Oh, Benedict, you are such a good boy. Almost a man now. I'm very proud of you. You know that, right?
I'm doing my best, Father.
For centuries, we, the Dohnanis, had a tradition of passing a part of our body to the son.
Que
The
isso?
eldest son in the family. From now on, you must keep it and protect it at all costs. It is part of your body now. At all costs, you must keep it until death comes.
Father? I don't understand.
Caralho, o velho tá doido.
It's already on your nightstand, but don't touch it until morning arrives. You promise?
I promise.
Now sleep. Get some
Ah,
rest.
tá. Então é ele que tá deitado.
Your sister and mother need you to be strong.
Benedict! Benedict, wake up! Mother is going mad! Father is not here. He left a note. He left us. Benedict!
Benedict, are you all right?
She cut a part of my body. Why would she do that? Wasn't it enough to drag me into this place? She had to desecrate my Bible too. Oh, God.
Get up. Get yourself together. She had a good reason to do it.
A good reason, you say?
Yes. Thanks to her cleverness, we found the book everyone is looking for. We have it right here, Benedict.
She destroyed my Bible. And what happened to it? And the pages on the ground? Where are they?
I kept calling you for a few minutes straight, but you didn't respond. You were petrified. So I took that dreadful book from your Bible, gathered all the pages I found on the ground, and placed them inside. The Bible is in your pocket.
Ah, o tal livro que eles estavam procurando tá dentro da Bíblia de... Ah!
What book?
The Sekhvra.
A book of pure evil placed as a seed in my father's Bible. First the town, then the house, and now my Bible, all trying to kill me.
Will you calm down and keep it quiet? We might not be alone here. Calm down. She carved out the pages to place the Sekhvra inside the Bible. It's a strange decision, but think for a moment and ask yourself, would she ever desecrate it if she had other options? We don't know what happened last night. This could be the move that will save her life. Save everyone's life. Remember, Merriman is looking for this book too.
I said it already a number of times. Victoria is no longer my sister. I don't know her anymore.
It didn't cross your mind that it's you who has changed, not her?
Spare me. I know who I am. I didn't change. I evolved into a better me.
It's still not too late to learn how wrong you are.
Ask yourself, how come we found my Bible pages here?
I don't know. Maybe they fell out.
She wanted the police to find them. That's what happened. She murdered the mayor and then threw them, or placed them in the mayor's pocket so I would fall under suspicion. Think about it.
I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe anything. She did nothing wrong, and she is not dead.
Ai, meu Deus do céu.
Let's do what we came to do here, with the bare minimum of conversation. We have to act fast and keep quiet. Shall we?
Ok. Peraí, calma. Muita coisa. Ai, ai, ai. Bom, já tivemos mais um duplo carpado de reviravoltas. E a gente continua no próximo. Até mais.